The next job we're going to be doing in the workshop is converting this nice Markneukirchen bass from Germany into a 5-string. It's actually a really good candidate for a 5-string bass. Obviously it's currently 4. The sort of size of it, etc., and the strength of the arch and sort of general way it is, it's perfect bass to be a 5-string. So we're going to convert it for the owner. A couple of interesting points. Firstly, he actually has a spare tuner, sort of more modern French style tuner. Actually, we're quite lucky in that there's probably just room in the scroll for us to put that in up there. So actually we won't have to disturb any of this to convert it, which is quite nice. Normally it can be a bit of a problem sort of changing stuff around. It's got a big scroll, perfect for 5 strings as well. A couple of interesting points. Sometimes you're not quite sure why someone's done something. So this bass is actually a really nice size. So quite often bigger basses, you've got quite a long body stop measurement from here to here. The measurement from here to here decides how long the string length is going to be really, and what length neck you would put in. So actually this has, and the bridge is in the wrong place for some, it's very odd, I don't understand why. But basically that is 60 to the top, which is perfect for, if you have a 60 centimetre body and we put our full size neck in, that will make all the notes in just the right place and come out with a 42-inch or 106.7 centimetre string length, which is good, comfortable bass to play. At the moment it's about 41. Interestingly, this has got a false nut, so you'd put a false nut on a double bass to make the scale length shorter. So if the neck was, say, too long, or you wanted to reduce the string length, you could put a false nut on. But it's weird because actually the string length isn't too long at all. It's actually about 41. So really, I think the best plan with this bass, especially if it's going to be a 5-string, where normally if you can let the string length go over even 42, depending on the player. So we're going to put our normal length neck in, bring all this, will basically effectively come that way. And what that will do is, by the fact this false nut's on, the nuts come from here to here. So actually when you have a neck that's too short, like this in the bass, all the notes actually go down the instrument. So what it means is when you start to go into thumb position, you're doing it, you're having to get over the instrument more. So what we'll effectively do is bring all the notes this way, which will actually give a much nicer playing experience. All the notes will sort of sit in the right area. And it's got a very good shoulder. I think this should make a really nice 5-string bass. So the process for doing this job, as I said before, we're quite lucky with the scrolls, a nice size, so we'll be able to put the extra tuner on easily enough. We'll basically cut the neck off, chop all this out of the bass. We will then do a scroll graft onto this, and obviously give it a new neck. We'll glue a new fingerboard on, a slightly wider fingerboard to take 5 strings, but not too wide. So we would rather cram the strings on a slightly wider fingerboard and sort of hang the B string off the edge, rather than make a whopping great 5-string fingerboard. I think some people really overdo that. So we'll do our scroll graft, we're going to give it a new neck, we're going to glue a new fingerboard on, shape it, we're then going to set it out probably somewhere around 50 from here. So this is going to come out from the bass, which will make it a lot more comfortable. Obviously it's going to have a higher bridge, so it's easy to play with a German bow if you wanted to. Interestingly, when we come to do the scroll graft, we actually use a machine to do that. So I think that's something people will find interesting. As I always say, there's lots of different ways people do stuff, but I think this could be quite interesting for people to see. Once we've got our new neck ready and we set it in the bass, obviously then we are going to set it up and play around with the string heights and get that just right.